What's up, guys? Nolan here, and the cat's out of the bag. We got to see Lightkeeper, and we thought that we knew how to get to him, but turns out that is not what was supposed to happen. If you do happen to have the transmitter that used to be given out for failing bullshit, by the way, this is what bullshit looks like right now. You can no longer get this item. That transmitter will not work anymore. At least it won't work the way that we used it yesterday in yesterday's video, which I will still keep live so that you guys can see how that worked in case it does end up being important down the line. Also, so we have some context of what's happening. Real quick though, if you end up liking this video, there's a button for that. Subscribe for more like it, or jump into the comments and let me know what the fuck buckwheat is. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you. BSG direct messaged me last night and said it's been fixed because it was not intentional to be happening that way. And so as to not give anything else away, since we do know quite a bit more based off of just this bug, they would not give me any further details. So TLDR, we are back to square one, pretty much square one. At least we know the transmitter is probably going to get us through. We just don't know how to activate it because it's encrypted. But basically, we're back to square one with trying to gain access to Lightkeeper. Yes, there is a fair bit of disappointment here and a lot of finger pointing going around about this. So although I am probably the guy that gets shit for sticking up for BSG all the time, fuck it, I'll do it again right now by mentioning that this actually isn't surprising to any of the core people that were there who did it first. Also, I'm assuming if you ask anybody who actually did it, they will also be confused. Everyone involved with being there when we first figured it out was super confused, and the whole thing now does make sense that it wasn't intentional, and here's why. Mainly, the bullshit task has absolutely nothing to do with Lightkeeper, not even remotely, so it made no sense to give you a reward that gives you access to Lightkeeper for failing that task. And there was no instruction whatsoever on the transmitter. There was nothing to point it to being what Lightkeeper needed to see to allow you to cross, especially when there's clearly some kind of encryption on it. There are two settings on it. We don't know how to activate it. For some reason, it just showed up as not encrypted anymore, and it worked. Nature FPS, who was the person I ran the raid with and watched them do it live online, was still in that raid when I basically accused them of hacking multiple times, which they completely understood. We had a long discussion about it because, again, we were completely confused. We don't understand what's happening, and they understood what I was seeing there, and they know that I've been getting trolled. So I was going to put disclaimers on that video yesterday, but then Trey24K went and did it while I was editing that video, so I cut it out. It did not make sense to happen that way. I could not figure out how it was working for them, and neither could they. While we know there was an exploit or hack or something that could give you access to Lightkeeper, so again, apologies nature there. So it made no sense to me at the time, but thankfully it does now. It was a bug. It was not supposed to happen that way. Now, did they fuck up? 100%. That should have been picked up. That's one of the most important items in the game if that does eventually somehow give you access to Lightkeeper. And somehow it ended up as a reward way earlier than it should have been in a task that it had no business being a part of. Also, my producer brain kind of clicked on a little bit here where, yes, we knew about this being out there a couple days ago, so it's possible they could have known about it, but when they initially saw it, they could have said, it's not that big of a priority that we fix that right now. There's all these other bugs that are causing significant problems. Let's fix those first. We'll get to that, but do this first, or finish what you're working on at least first, because hell, not a lot of people are at that level. It's probably like less than 10% of the player base is at that level to be able to do that task right now. And even if they do get that item, it's not going to work when they get there anyway. And then, oopsie, it worked when they got there. So bug with it being there in the bullshit task, and then a very unfortunate bug with it actually working when it went to the bridge. My theory right now is after you meet Lightkeeper and see that his dialogue tells you to wait for his call for a new task, or at least I guess this would be his first task. I think everything involved with before that is just you getting access to him. I bet whatever task or thing you need to actually do to unlock him is time gated. It's now known that there are time gated tasks for Gunsmith at least, so it's possible the same could happen with Lightkeeper, especially where he's saying come back later or wait for my message. That's literally telling you to wait. But because we didn't do that first thing, maybe it's not activated or you're not at that stage. I don't know. So maybe it is working, and since nobody completed that first task, the new one didn't activate. I'm speculating here, but I bet we'll see all that dialogue initially when we go to see him for the first time, and I'm confident it's chained up with the previous task, which again, nobody had completed, so nothing new popped up. It would be like us expecting to see the Bronze Pocket Watch mission for Prapper before doing his debut task first. I can go on, but basically, as unfortunate as it is for everyone involved, BSG says it was a bug, and it really did make sense to be a bug. I don't think anything else is going on here. For real. Now we're back to figuring out what we need to do to get that transmitter, as I'm confident that is still the key, but we need to find the real way to encrypt it or decrypt it so that they will let us through. In other news, the cooldown for the gym is confirmed to be longer than a day, or at least it is for the most serious one, as anyone who's got the limit with the severe muscle strain has not seen it disappear yet. So whatever that limit is, it is certainly more than at least a day. To me, it's a bit weird that they would dedicate an activity like zone, it's a little mini game here, to something that you can only do seemingly once every few days, maybe even a week. So who knows, maybe that's a bug too. And I don't think it should make it so that you have max strength and endurance in the span of a week or two or even a month. It should take a long time, so who knows. I have a slight theory here, but I don't have the gym yet myself, so I can't test this. Maybe the point is we're not supposed to allow it to get that bad, and we could have been slow burning it this whole time so that it actually does work more efficiently. I do not know if anyone has tried that yet. Everybody who I've seen that has the gym completed just goes until they get to severe pain, along with breaking their arm. If anyone is about to finish the gym, and I might get this today, but I'm gonna have to wait 12 hours or whatever it is once I get to that point. But again, if anyone is about to finish the gym and wants to test this out, let me know what happens. Just use the gym a couple times. Hopefully don't even get the minor muscle strain. See what kind of gains you get, and then just stop. Then come back a few hours later and see if you get the minor strain. If you don't get the minor strain, come back a few hours later. If you do get the minor strain, maybe wait a day. There's some testing that needs to be involved here. At least I would like to do that. Again, I'll contribute to this myself. I just don't have the gym yet. Hell, I don't even have the flea market yet. I'm level 14. I still have to catch up. So I'd appreciate the help, and if you do think about it, it does make sense. You wouldn't go too hard, because if you hurt yourself, you're going to be done for a while. Well, if you do it right, you could do it every day. Just a thought. I've only just now gotten the door myself, so appreciate it. I should have been saying this every day, but I forgot to the last 2 days here. But Santa is still in the game, so watch out what you're shooting at, because you can kill him and he will torpedo your scav rep if you do. If you happen to be on the bad side of that rep counter, use all of the vehicle exits on all of the maps 6 times, and use the co-op, scav, and PMC exits as much as you possibly can, as well as trying to kill PMCs if they won't help you on your scav as much as possible to get that back up positive at least. Watch out for Santa, guys. He's out there. Also, Dead Moros is the other Santa. There's 2 Santas in case you didn't know. Dead Moros and Santa Claus. They'll both be standing in the wide open looking like a scav with a big old backpack trying to give you gifts. Most of the time, they just take some 7.62 to the face. Also, I forgot to mention with the D2 exit yesterday that hermetic door exit can break sometimes as well. The sound doesn't even go off most of the time for it. So try and use an exit that's not D2 and not hermetic if you can. Or at least you can try D2, and if D2 doesn't work, then go and try hermetic. And if hermetic doesn't work, at least we got the train. Just let's hope the train doesn't break at this point. Also, if you need the dorm room 220 key, check out Therapist. And if you need the camera for the shooting range, check out Mechanic, as both have been added as a barter as of yesterday. I forgot to mention that as well. I'm sure I'm forgetting something else for today because my notes are all over the place lately because of all this stuff that's changing. So as always, follow me on Twitter or join the Discord for the minute by minute stuff. I do have drops on my channel again tomorrow from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. that I really don't think I'm going to do, but I'll tweet about it and post on Discord if I do. I did the New Year's one because I thought it was cool because it was New Year's, but this time I think I'd like to let you guys find channels of people that are dedicated streamers and support them with your views. I will say that I am for sure interested in doing something more often as a community day or something like that though, so stay tuned. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Reminder, there are quests that we need to complete on the Lighthouse Island, so there absolutely is a way to get out there. We just need to figure it out. Otherwise, in terms of all the stuff that's going wrong lately, welcome to Tarkov. If you like this video, there's a button for that. Subscribe for more like it. Jump into the comments and tell me what the fuck buckwheat is. I'd really appreciate it. Latest news here and here on your screen. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a nice day. See you guys.